So, hello everybody. It's Noreen here from the Irish Ocean Literacy Network. Today, I am delighted to be joined by Dr. Chloe Devlin. She is the Green Schools Marine Officer. Chloe, you're very welcome with us today.
Thank you very much for having me, Noreen.
Thanks. So, Chloe, could you begin by telling us maybe a little bit about the Green Schools Network and maybe in particular the marine element of it?
Yeah, sure. So Green Schools is an environmental management and award program for schools in Ireland. It's an international program. It's called Eco Schools around the world, and it's in, I think, 62 different countries around the world. So schools work through our 7 steps, and they work on themes like litter and waste, biodiversity and water. And when they've worked through a number of themes, they will reach the Global Citizenship Marine Environment theme. So this theme is all about recognizing the importance of the marine environment and the threats it's facing and how we can protect it. So this theme is kindly supported by the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage. There's a number of essential actions that we ask schools to complete to receive their green flag for this theme. They have to carry out a marine litter awareness survey. So that's where they find out what's the awareness in their school of marine litter. So they carry that out at the start of their work and the end of their work. And we've just found that the increase in awareness is incredible across the board. Like it's absolutely brilliant. The second essential action that they take part in is to investigate the sources of marine litter. So before working on this theme, a lot of people actually don't realize that most of marine litter comes from the land. And people are shocked to hear that 80% of marine litter comes from the land. So we ask schools to investigate the sources. So it's flushed down our toilets, it's blown off from cities, that kind of thing. And the third essential action is that we ask schools to take part in a hashtag 2-minute beach clean. So the idea here, as you know yourself, is when you're at the beach, you take part in just a 2-minute beach clean. Just takes 2 minutes of your time. But you know what mostly happens is that you're enjoying yourself at the beach and you end up doing a beach clean for a bit longer. So it's great for schools to actually get to the beach and to enjoy the marine environment and to see the problem with marine litter up close. But we do realize that a lot of schools aren't able to go to the coast. They might be inland. So we ask them to take part in a street clean, a park clean, a river clean, a schoolyard clean. We just kind of want to start the conversation about what litter is out there, where is it coming from, and what can we do to help with this problem. Yeah, so that's kind of an introduction to the theme.
That's fantastic. And you're right, that option for schools just to do the cleanup around where they are, it is so important as well. With litter being such a big issue, I'm just thinking at the moment, everything in the media about litter and that, it's fantastic to be increasing awareness. Chloe, this is so you were saying this is like the 7th flag,
the 8th,
or the 8th one in the
yes.
flag. Why do you think it's important for schools to bring a marine aspect into the classroom? Like, why was it, I suppose, added on in the green flags?
Yeah, well, the 7 themes before are obviously very important as well, but we realize that, whether schools are inland or by the coast, like the marine environment is so important for them. It's important to realize that, whether you're in Roscommon or Longford or, in Rosslare Harbour, the sea is really important to you and to your school. It produces every second breath we breathe. It regulates our climate, provides food and medicines and raw materials. So we really just wanted to highlight the importance of it. And, schools are such an important place that, they shape the children, they shape the people of our future. So we wanted to bring the marine environment into schools so that the children and the students will grow up and protect our marine environment going forward.
Fantastic. And so I'm going for my marine flag. What areas of the curriculum is it going to cover for me, or is it a cross-curricular activity?
So if we take primary schools, for example, I think Green Schools fits really well into the SESE, the social, environmental and scientific education part of the curriculum, particularly the areas of science and geography, learning about the world's oceans, learning about the biodiversity in the oceans as well, ocean acidification, climate, that kind of thing. Green Schools allows children to explore and to develop an understanding of local and wider environments, so the global citizenship aspect of it as well. And then in terms of our resources, our workshops online, our events, there's a lot of literacy and numeracy skills involved as well. And, there's art as well. If we think of secondary schools, then, there's obviously, well, as I said, for the geography, the chemistry, the biology, but then I guess home economics as well, because we're talking about fishing and fish and seafood, which is important. There's the art aspect. And then, of course, again, the social, personal, and health education as well.
Yeah. So it's open to primary and secondary?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So we have primary and secondary schools working on the team, and we have a couple of resources directed for either primary or secondary, and we have a number of events that we run as well for primary and secondary. So we have a lot more primary than secondary schools, but every year we get a few more secondary. So this year we actually ran a marine film club with secondary schools.
Oh, wow.
It was lovely. Yeah. So we had 3 film club events where we gave the schools access to watch a documentary in their own time. So they could watch it at home or in school. And then we had a speaker. About a week after they watched the documentary, we came together on Zoom and we had a speaker and kind of discussion about the documentary, which was great. We had Dr. Aaron Lim, and he told us about some deep sea corals off the coast of Ireland. We had Joe Ruxton from Ocean Generation, which used to be Plastic Oceans. And we had some Clean Coast officers as well. And it was really great. It was lovely. Yeah, really nice. Yeah. And we've had a couple of primary school events as well. So we normally have a big conference every year, which Noreen, you've been to yourself.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to attend one.
They're lovely. Yeah, we normally have 500 students in a room, and we have speakers and things like that. But obviously, we've had to move that all online. So this year we came up with the idea of Marine Week, which was a massive success actually. So we had that in April, and it was a 5-day event, and we had about 240 schools signed up. We had live talks every day. We had one about diving, one about sharks, one about geese, and one from a marine ambassador school, kind of talking about marine litter as well. We had Ocean Wonders videos, which were kind of like fact file videos on 5 different species that you can find in the marine environment. And then we had these lovely draw along videos that we created as well. So just say, for example, you'd learn about the sunfish, and then we taught you how to draw the sunfish, which was really nice. Yeah. And we actually had a quiz, and we had some sea shanty singing as well, which went down a storm. It was great crack, and it was a really good active learning experience for all the schools involved.
I love the mixture of music. Actually, we were really lucky lately. We got to do some ocean songs with the Galway Ukulele Club. Our group, and it was lovely. Like, it was such a nice project, because music can be such a nice way to communicate an issue, and but keep it very kind of open, I suppose, and almost user friendly, if that's the right word.
Yeah, totally. And a lot of the time, education resources can kind of focus on the negative and the marine litter and the scary facts. So it's nice to, celebrate our seas and do it in a happy, friendly, fun kind of way.
Yeah, like the benefits to protecting rather than the consequences of not protecting. Yeah, I find that actually, I was talking to someone lately about how I'm more open to positive messages, where sometimes very negative messages are kind of angry wording. It kind of intimidates me, to be honest. Like, it makes me turn away, because I'll be honest, I get a bit scared.
Keep it positive and make everyone feel like their small actions are going to add up to greater action.
So Chloe, if I want to get involved, where do I go for more information?
Okay, so we have a website, greenschoolsireland.org, and if schools are not registered, they can sign up on our website. And if they are already registered, they can find out more information about the theme they're working on, or more information about the marine environment. We have some really nice resources online, and we have a stay-at-home project, and we have a couple of events that, as I said, we run throughout the year that schools can sign up to take part in as well.
Oh, that sounds brilliant. What a fantastic opportunity for schools. And can schools actually connect with each other then while they're doing the project, or do they meet at an event?
Well, I guess schools in a local area can kind of work together. We have heard examples of that. That isn't centrally organized by us now. But if schools in a local area are working on the same theme, we can of course link up. But yeah, they might come together at one of our workshops or some of our online events. Yeah.
Have you a favorite project actually that you've seen from over the years that you've been doing this job?
Well, there's been so many over the years, but I kind of do have a favorite. So when we were launching the team back in 2017, I was working with a number of schools, and there was this one particular school. It was in the Midlands, it was in Kilkenny, and it was just a small little, sleepy rural village, and they hadn't really put much thought into the marine environment ever before. And I came down and we did an initial workshop, and they were very interested and very enthusiastic, and they really just got so into it, and they made the connection between the river that went through their village and how that's connected to the sea. And by the time I came down the second time, I was just blown away. So like enthusiasm is so contagious. They come up with this project called the ripple effect, which I loved the name, okay, because it's just all about spreading awareness and positively influencing other people. Yeah. They knew they weren't on the coast. They weren't going to get to the coast. So what could they do inland to help our coastline? So they went around to it's kind of an example of what you asked me a second ago. They went around to other primary schools in their local area, and they weren't working on the theme of the other primary schools. And they educated them about, think before you flush, don't flush anything strange down the toilet. About the 3 R's, reduce, reuse, recycle. They taught them about the importance of the marine environment for people that live inland, and just basically all the small actions that they could take, bringing in their school lunches, how they travel to school, all this kind of thing. And it just became this amazing awareness project, this little hub in this one school, and it spread throughout the village. They got the word out through radio interviews and the parish newsletter. Yeah, it was just really great. It was almost unexpected. I wasn't expecting them to, get so hooked on the theme.
Yeah.
It was just so simple, it didn't cost money.
Yeah.
It didn't have to go anywhere. Yeah, it was lovely. It was really great.
It was just the students and the school using their voices.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it's funny actually. It sometimes comes up in activities we do as well. You might get asked, like, what's one thing I can do to help? Or can you suggest one thing our school can do to help? And that's normally something we say, like, share the stories, share the information, because the more people who know, the better. So that's a lovely example. I really like that, Chloe, the ripple effect, and a great name too.
A great name.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think we are almost finished on our questions, but is there anything else that you want to let people know about, or is there anything I've missed?
Not necessarily. I just say to everyone, it's the summertime now. Why don't you get out there, get onto our beaches, go for a walk along your coastline, enjoy our beaches. Like, we're so blessed in Ireland to have this beautiful coastline. Get out there, see what you can find, whether it's looking under some rocks, looking in a rock pool, looking up the cliffs, see what birds we have. Go and enjoy yourself, go for a swim. But while you're there, why don't you bring a small bag, pick up some marine litter, see if you can find some sea glass, bring it home, make something out of it. Just enjoy the beaches and just do that small little cleanup while you're there. And, if everyone did that this summer, think of all the marine litter that we would prevent from re-entering the sea, or litter we would prevent from entering in the first place altogether.
That's great advice. Yeah, I think even just bringing home your own, isn't it, at the moment, bringing home your own litter, having your bag, whatever you brought with you, bring it away with you at the end as well. That's fantastic. Well, Chloe, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and let us know about the Green Schools Marine Programme. We hope lots and lots of schools around the country get involved. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you, Noreen. Bye.